podcast for A1 and A2 level students. Let's be clear, talking about to be. Hello, and welcome to Let's Be Clear, talking about to be. Today, we are talking about one of the most important verbs in English, to be. This verb helps us talk about who we are, where we are, and how we feel. We use am, is, and are to say things like, I am a student, she is happy, or they are in the park. We'll explain when to use each form and practice with some easy examples. By the end, you'll know how to use to be in your own sentences. Let's get started. The verb to be in simple present. The verb to be is one of the most fundamental verbs in English. It is essential for constructing sentences and expressing states of being, identity, and characteristics in the simple present tense. It is used to describe the current state or condition of a subject. Let's explore its grammatical uses, structures, and how to form questions and answers. Forms. In the simple present tense, the verb to be has three forms: am, are, is. Am, used with the pronoun I. Is, used with singular third-person pronouns, he, she, it, and singular nouns. Are, used with plural pronouns, you, we, they, and plural nouns. Grammatical uses. There are some ways in which you use to be. 1. Describing identity or characteristics. I am a student. She is a teacher. They are engineers. 2. Indicating location. I am in the park. The book is on the table. We are at the cinema. 3. Expressing feelings or conditions. He is happy. I am angry. You are tired. Sentence structures. Affirmative sentences. The structure for affirmative sentences is subject plus verb, am, is, are, plus complement. Examples. I am happy. She is a doctor. We are friends. Negative sentences. To form negative sentences, add not after the verb. Subject plus verb, am, is, are, plus not plus complement. Examples. I am not sad. He is not ready. They are not here. Interrogative sentences. To form questions, invert the subject and the verb. Verb, am, is, are, plus subject plus complement. Examples. Am I late? Is she your friend? Are they coming? Short answers. Short answers to yes or no questions with to be. Use the verb and the subject pronoun. Am I late? Yes, I am. No, I am not. Is she your friend? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Are they coming? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. WH questions with long answers. WH questions use question words like what, where, when, who, why, and how. The structure is WH word plus verb, am, is, are, plus subject plus complement plus question mark. Examples. What is your name? My name is John. Where are they? They are at the library. Why is she upset? She is upset because she lost her keys. By mastering the verb to be in simple present, you will have a solid foundation for constructing meaningful sentences in English. This understanding will enhance your ability to communicate effectively in a variety of situations. Now it's your turn to practice. Listen to the following podcast, Let's Be Clear, talking about to be as many times as you need to understand it, then you will be given a worksheet about it in which you have to answer some questions. Once you finish, the answers will be shown so that you can check them to see your progress, but remember to finish the exercises before you see them. First, we will give you some words you must know before you do the practice. Glossary. 1. Invisible. Meaning, something that cannot be seen. Example, the stars are invisible during the day because of the sunlight. 2. Spotlight. Meaning, a strong focus or attention on something. Example, the singer was in the spotlight during the concert. 3. Relatable. Meaning, easy to understand or connect with because it feels familiar. Example, the movie was so relatable, it reminded me of my own family. 4. Narratives. Meaning, stories or descriptions of events. Example, the book is full of interesting narratives about ancient history. 5. Ponder. Meaning, to think deeply or carefully about something. Example, she sat quietly to ponder her decision before answering.
6. Excerpts. Meaning, small parts or pieces taken from a larger text or work. Example, she read excerpts from her favorite book during the presentation. 7. Framework. Meaning, a basic structure or system that supports or organizes something. Example, we used a framework to plan the project step by step. 8. Bedrock. Meaning, the foundation or basis of something. Example, trust is the bedrock of a strong relationship. 9. Permanence. Meaning, the quality of lasting forever or for a very long time. Example, the artist's work gives a sense of permanence to fleeting moments. 10. Pinpointing. Meaning, identifying or locating something precisely. Example, the GPS helped us in pinpointing the exact location of the park.
You know, it's funny how we use certain words so often they practically become invisible, right?
Yeah, like they're just there, part of the background noise of language almost.
Exactly. And today we're bringing one of those words into the spotlight. We're doing a deep dive on the verb to be.
Ooh, interesting. Our listeners sent in some great excerpts about it too, ready to get grammatical.
Absolutely. What struck me most was just how common this verb is. It's everywhere, which honestly makes you wonder why it even needs a deep dive, right?
Well, there's the rub. It's that common because it's the bedrock of so much of how we communicate. Seriously, without to be, we'd be, well, stuck.
I see what you did there.
Couldn't resist. But you know, you're right. So to unpack this, maybe we should start with the basics. Just a quick inventory of this verb's many forms.
Right. So in the present tense, we've got am, is, are, and then their past tense counterparts was and were. Pretty basic, yeah.
Deceptively basic, I'd say. Because this little verb, it's got a costume for every occasion. It changes depending on who or what we're talking about and whether it's happening now or in the past. And once you start looking at what it actually does.
Yeah, it's not so simple anymore, huh?
Not at all. Because to be is about way more than just, existing. It's how we express identity, feelings, even our place in the world.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. One of the articles actually gave the example of I am a student versus she is a teacher.
Perfect example. Same verb, totally different meanings. To be links those people to entire roles, professions, even social groups, potentially.
Right. It's defining who they are in that moment. And it's not just about those kinds of labels, is it?
No, not even close. Think about I am tired. Relatable.
No, tell me about it.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's not a profession or a category. It's a state of being, a feeling. And to be lets us communicate those internal states just as easily as, say, the food is delicious.
Which is a whole other thing. It's not just food, it's delicious food. You're right, that little verb adds a whole other layer.
Exactly. And that layer, that's our subjective experience, our unique take on the world. And to be lets us weave that into our language constantly.
And that reminds me of another point from the article's age. Like, I am 20 years old. It's not just that I exist, it's about a very specific point in my existence.
And that's a fantastic observation because age highlights something crucial about to be. It's often about a state of being, not a fixed identity.
Because unlike, say, being a student, which might change your age.
It's always changing, every second technically. So to be isn't always about permanence. It can be about this constantly unfolding process of well-being.
Huh. Never thought of it like that. Okay, but while we're talking about states of being, what about location? That one seems pretty straightforward at first glance.
You think so? Give me an example.
He is at home. See? Simple. Tells you where he is.
Sure, on the surface. But he's at home does something more than say the keys are on the table. That's just information. But at home.
It suggests something. Yeah. Like comfort or safety. Maybe even a feeling of belonging.
Precisely. And that's to be at work.
Yeah.
Suddenly, we're not just pinpointing a location, we're hinting at an entire experience.
And it gets even more interesting when we think about the past tense, doesn't it? Because if you say the store was closed, it's not just about the store's state of being.
It's a whole mini story. It implies a journey, potentially a failed one, a change in plans, disappointment maybe.
Whoa, you're blowing my mind here. So to be is like the secret storyteller, shaping our understanding of events without us even realizing it.
In a way, yeah. It provides the framework for narratives, big and small. And speaking of frameworks, the articles also touched on how essential to be is for questions.
Oh, right, like are you, is she, we use those all the time.
Exactly, and think about it. Those simple structures, with to be right in the middle, that's how we seek information, express doubt, even challenge ideas. It's fundamental to dialogue itself.
It's true, when you really start to pay attention to it, it's everywhere. And it makes you realize this tiny verb, to be.
It's a powerhouse.
Totally. Because it's shaping how we express our identities, our feelings, our experiences, even our understanding of time and place.
It really makes you appreciate the power of those little words we take for granted.
It really does. It makes you wonder, we've been focusing on English, but how does to be work in other languages?
Ooh, now that's a question. Do their verbs tell similar stories about the world? Or do they paint a totally different picture? Definitely something to ponder.
Something to ponder indeed.
Let's be clear. Talking about to be worksheet, part 1, true or false. Read the following statements and mark if they are true or false. 1. To be is only used to describe feelings. True or false? 2. The verb to be helps express identity, location, and feelings. True or false? 3. The past forms of to be are, am, and is. True or false? 4. He is at home implies more than just location. True or false? 5. The verb to be is rarely used in the English language. True or false?
Part 2, Matching. Match the sentences with their functions of the verb to be. Sentence. 1. I am a student. 2. She was at the store. 3. We are happy. 4. The book is on the table. 5. The keys are lost. Function. A. Expressing a feeling. B. Indicating an identity. C. Describing a location. D. Describing a state of being. E. Giving information.
Part 3, Creative Writing. Write 3 sentences using the verb to be in different ways. Expressing identity. Describing a feeling. Indicating a location.
Part 4, Discussion question. Answer the following question based on the conversation. Why do you think the verb to be is considered so important in English?
Take your time to listen and do these exercises. Remember that practice is the key to learning. Pause the video until you have finished, and then you can see the answers.
Part 1, True or false answers. 1. To be is only used to describe feelings. False. Explanation. It not only describes feelings, it is also used to express identity like, he is a doctor, locations like, she is in the library, and many other states or situations. 2. The verb to be helps express identity, location, and feelings. True. Explanation. This is correct because to be serves multiple functions like identity, I am a teacher. Location, we are at the park. Feelings, she is tired. 3. The past forms of to be are, am, and is. False. Explanation. The past forms of to be are, was, and were, not am and is. For example, present, she is at home today. Past, she was at home yesterday. 4. He is at home implies more than just location. True. Explanation. This sentence indicates location, but it can also suggest feelings of comfort, safety, or belonging. For example, being at home might evoke emotional connotations. 5. The verb to be is rarely used in the English language. False. Explanation. To be is one of the most commonly used verbs in English because it is essential for forming sentences about identity, state, existence, and location. It appears in a wide variety of contexts and is indispensable in everyday communication.
Part 2. Matching answers. Sentence. Function answer. 1. I am a student. B. Indicating an identity. 2. She was at the store. C. Describing a location. 3. We are happy. A. Expressing a feeling. 4. The book is on the table. E. Giving information. 5. The keys are lost. D. Describing a state of being.
Part 3. Creative writing sample answers. Expressing identity, I am a teacher. Describing a feeling, we are excited about the event. Indicating a location, she is at the library.
Part 4. Discussion question, sample answer. Why is the verb to be considered so important in English? The verb to be is important because it helps us express identity, feelings, location, and states of being. It is also used to describe situations, form questions, and create sentences about the past, present, and future. Its versatility makes it a foundational part of the English language.
Today we've explored the amazing versatility of the verb to be. Let's quickly review it. It's used to express identity, emotions, locations, and even stories about time and change, from simple statements to deep meanings. And it shapes the way we communicate every day.
Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.
Easy English.